So at this point, this is not all statements are equal, modeling linear inequalities. So hopefully at this point you have taken notes over solving inequalities like this and graphing, an introduction to graphing equations. I am on page, sorry, I should have said that. I'm on page M2-103. So here is modeling linear inequalities. And this problem is talking about Alan. So Alan is selling popcorn. So you can see he's selling popcorn. He starts with a credit of $25 towards his sales, or each camper starts with a $25 credit towards sales, and each box of popcorn sells for $3.75. So if we look at this, they have graphed this equation. So remember, it's $3.75 per box plus the $25 credit. So if you look at this graph, remember it's going to start at 25, which is right there, and then it's $3.75 a box. Notice on our graph, it doesn't actually show for 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4. It starts with 120, 240, 360, 480. So suppose Alan has a sales goal of $1,600. So he wants to make $1,600. So if we look at this graph, $1,600 would be right here. So what it's telling you to do is draw a horizontal line across from 1600 until you get to the graph. So remember, this is the line showing exactly how much money he makes for every number of boxes sold. So if we look, sorry, my heater just turned on. If you look at 360 boxes sold, he'll make about $1,400. So determine the point on the graph that represents 1600. So if we want to look at this point right here, so it's $1,600, and I put dollars. How many boxes does he need to sell to get $1,600? Well, that's right there. So what is halfway between 360 and 480? Well, if you can't just think of that, you're going to do 480 minus 360 is 120. Divide that by 2. So each line is worth 60. So, and you can see that here as well. It goes 0 blank 120. So 0, 60, 120. So let's do 360 plus 60. So we actually have 420 right there. So 1,600 means 420 boxes sold. Remember, that's that context thing. What does the context of this point mean in this problem situation? Don't tell me that it's 1,600 gallons. It's $1,600. The 420 is the number of boxes sold. Okay, now let's look at this next problem. How many boxes would Alan have to sell to make $1,600 in total sales? Well, that's exactly what we just wrote. So it's 420 boxes is what he has to sell in order to reach his goal, or to make his goal. Okay? Now use the number line to represent the number of boxes sold if the total sales is equal. Notice it says equal. So again, you've hopefully done the inequality stuff. So if I want to show equal to 1,600, I would just mark a point at 420. So that's exactly how many boxes he needs to sell, or it would for it to equal 1,600. So now let's look at the next one. And this is where we start getting into the inequality stuff. So analyze the region of the graph that lies below the horizontal line you drew, up to and including the point intersected by the line. What does the region of the graph represent? So if I'm looking below this line, so again, this is his goal line. Sorry, I'm going to move my computer over. It's blocking my stuff. So if this is his goal line, if we are below this, if if we're below this right here, has he met his goal yet? Well, no. So anything below this, he has not met his goal. What if we were above this line? So he would be above his goal. Like right here, he made more money than his goal. So that's just extra money in his pocket from what he was wanting. So this is above goal. This is below the goal. So if it's below that line, that's below the goal he wanted. If it's above that line, it's above the goal he wanted. So write an inequality to represent this region. So notice it says including the point. So if I want it to represent including that $1,600 goal, he has to include selling 420 boxes. So below the line is below the goal, so that's less than the number of boxes. So he has to sell 420 boxes to reach his goal. So anything below that is below his goal. So then it's asking about our context. So any number less than 420 sold, he did not meet goal. Okay, now what about the above the horizontal line? So I already kind of pointed at that, but that's above his goal. Write an inequality. Oh, we didn't write this inequality over here. So it was, what letters are they using on the graph? So it's X. So this is X less than 420. So when X is less than or equal to 420, he has not met his goal. Now this one, it says not including. So he wants to get above his goal. Not exactly his goal, he wants to get above his goal, not including. So then we would have to say the X values have to be greater than 420. So when we look at this portion of the graph, from that point right there to this portion of the graph, that means he is above his goal. So then again, you would put X is greater than 420. So when he's above his goal, when he has sold more than 420 boxes. We're going to write that on the number line. Now, he doesn't want to sell 420. So again, remember we've been doing that open circle where it's saying that it does not include 420. So you would say 420 and anything larger. So any number larger than 420, he has gone above his goal. So any number sold over 420, he is above his goal. Yay. We want him to be above his goal, right? So it asks you to explain open and closed. Remember, we've been talking about that. So that's just, does it include 420 or does it not include 420? Okay, so that is using that stuff. So again, if we were wanting to look below his goal, that's when you would do that shading below. When you would do above, it would be shaded above. So, yeah, so that's how you do the inequalities.